The ghost wedding was a type of marriage ceremony of the afterlife which appeared before the Han Dynasty in China. It was the betrothal of an unmarried person to a deceased person as husband or wife. In my village in the 90s, I heard a story related to this ghost wedding. In the village, there was a girl named Fang. Fang had an older brother. Because of her family's poverty, her mother married her to a dead man to get money for her brother's marriage. Their family was wealthy, but they only had one son, Sin. Sin had been sick since childhood. A monk said that Sin would not live to be 20. Sin lived to be 25, but his condition worsened shortly after his birthday. He went to many doctors, but they all refused to treat him. Then Sin passed away. But he was not buried. His parents bought a girl to have a wedding with him. The chosen one was Fang. But ever since Fang married Sin, strange things kept happening. The day Fang's wedding took place, no one attended because Sin's parents didn't want many people to know. After performing strange rituals in the church room, it was already dark. Then Sin's parents took Fang to Sin's room and went out. After a long wedding day, Fang felt tired. She took off her wedding dress, lay on the bed and fell asleep. In her sleep, Fang suddenly felt like someone was around her. A cold hand was touching her. Fang was awakened by that cold hand. When she opened her eyes, she saw a man sitting by the bed. She felt that the man was very familiar, but she couldn't remember. The man suddenly said, "Don't be surprised. I am Sin. You are my wife now." Fang heard the man say that. In her heart, she did not believe, because how could Sin come back to life? Sin looked at Fang and flashed a ghostly smile. He said, "Of course I am dead, and now I am just a soul." At this moment, Fang saw the altar picture behind Sin. The man in front of her was exactly like the person in the photo. She couldn't believe they were the same person. That made Fang only have one thought in her mind, that he was a ghost. Fang screamed and fainted. Early in the next morning, Fang woke up feeling aching all over her body. She saw the blood on the bed and remembered what happened last night. She thought someone had faked Sin and tricked her into losing her virginity. Because how could the dead come back to life? After thinking about it, she dared not tell her husband's parents that she had been tricked into losing her virginity on the first day of marriage. Because if this got out, she didn't know how she would live. Her husband's family was very good to her. Every day they all nourished her. Fang didn't have to do any work because they were afraid she would get tired. But the better they treated her, the more guilty she felt. So, it had been more than 4 months since Fang got married and stayed in their house since Sin passed away. Fang was more and more scared because her belly was getting bigger and bigger. She didn't know how to explain it. But when they saw Fang's belly, they were not only not angry, on the contrary, they were very happy. Fang turned from fear to curiosity. One day after having dinner, Fang felt so bored. Therefore, she walked around the house alone. As she reached the corner of the street, she saw 2 women talking. When Fang heard them talk about her, she hid against a wall and listened to the story. It turned out that Fang's strange marriage and a pregnant belly had become the matter of discussion. Fang felt very uncomfortable hearing them talk about her. Fang was sad when the 2 women talked about her growing belly. They said that it was most likely a ghost fetus. Fang was horrified to hear this. She didn't know and didn't understand what a ghost fetus was. Suddenly, she remembered the scene on the first night of marriage. Was it really Sin that came back that night? Fang did not dare to listen to the story of those 2 women anymore. She desperately walked home and was so scared that she didn't know what she was carrying. Fang returned home, her heart heavy. She didn't pay attention to the greetings of her husband's parents and went straight to her room. Then she climbed right into bed and fell into a deep sleep. While fast asleep, Fang heard the door creak from outside. A cold wind rushed in and Fang was startled awake. She sat up and looked at the door. At this moment, Fang could see clearly that a shadow had come in front of her. Fang saw the shadow that was Sin, her dead husband. Fang heard Sin's confession about himself. With more anxiety in her heart than fear, Sin was not as fierce as before and very polite. He stood by the bed and kept his distance from Fang, but Fang felt many doubts. Fang still didn't believe Sin was dead. Sin turned to go to the window and began to tell the story. Sin had been sick since childhood. The family sought many remedies, many healers to cure him, but to no avail. When Sin was 15 years old, a man claiming to be a monk could help him continue his life by following the monk to study religion. Sin's parents loved him very much, but because they wanted Sin to live a few more days, they let him follow the monk. Time flew. 3 years had passed in the blink of an eye. Sin's parents were very worried and always waited for his return. Suddenly one day Sin returned. The couple was happy to see him. However, no matter what his parents asked Sin, he did not tell them where he had gone during those years. After that, Sin passed his 20th birthday. His parents were happy to see that his face was rosier than before, but Sin had very strange expressions. His father saw that Sin was not happy. He was worried about Sin's illness, so he asked. When Sin said that he would not live to 25 years old, his father immediately felt worried. Sin looked at his father as if remembering something. He began to explain to his father. The old monk helped him improve his physical strength, but it was limited to 25 years old. The monk said when Sin was over 25 years old, he would die. Sin had hoped that when he died, his parents could find someone to marry him. If the wife agreed to enter the wedding chamber within the first 7 days, she would give birth to a son for his family. When Fang heard this, she was completely dumbfounded. It turned out that Sin was a ghost. He didn't lie to her. Fang picked up the pillow and threw it at Sin, but the pillow passed through Sin's body. Sin was not angry but happy to tell Fang his true purpose. Sin wanted to use the ghost fetus in Fang's belly so that he could be reincarnated as a human. At this moment, the door was kicked open. Fang and Sin simultaneously looked towards the door. It was the old monk. At that time, Sin stopped studying and returned because he couldn't stand the hardship. However, he had stumbled across the resurrection method in the monk's room. When he saw Fang's stomach, the monk understood what had happened and was very angry. According to Sin, the monk did not want to save him because the monk did not tell him about this method. Meanwhile, the monk knew that Sin's heart was not good, so he soon lost his way. Sin didn't believe in the old monk. He thought the monk had a good method, why not show him early? Knowing that Sin couldn't be stopped, the old monk was determined to destroy Sin's ghost to save Fang. The monk drew a spell in the air and pushed towards Sin. Sin tried to escape, but he found his legs couldn't move. Sin saw 4 small ghosts appear on him. They held Sin so he couldn't move. At this moment, the old monk walked towards Sin, took out a piece of charm paper and stuck it on his forehead. Seeing black smoke on his head, Sin was very scared in his heart. The old monk went to Fang. He wanted to save her before the ghost fetus was completely formed. Fang felt very scared now, and without consulting her, the monk took out a piece of charm paper, mumbling something. After reciting the spell, the talisman in the monk's hand also spontaneously caught fire. Then the monk said a sentence. The bowl of water on the table flew into his hand. The old monk stuffed the talisman paper into the bowl. The water in the bowl caught fire. Fang was afraid and covered her eyes. When the fire was extinguished, the water in the bowl turned red. The monk said that if Fang just drank this bowl of water, the ghost fetus in her belly would be destroyed. Fang fainted on the bed after drinking the bowl of water, and a black liquid came out from Fang's lower part. At this time, the monk looked back at Sin. Sin was weak and fading. He angrily cursed at the monk. The old man walked towards Sin, holding a wooden sword in his hand as if he wanted to finish Sin directly. At this time, Sin's mother heard and rushed to intervene. When the monk did not notice, a mother's hand suddenly snatched the talisman from Sin's forehead. As soon as the energy that suppressed him disappeared, Sin turned into a gust of wind and fled. The monk knew that Sin's mother loved Sin very much, so even though he was enraged, the old monk still ignored it, and then he left without looking back. Sin's father and mother looked at the door, crying until their tears ran dry. They knew it was wrong to love their son that way and felt sorry for their son and sorry for Fang. The next day, Sin's parents moved away with Fang. No one knew where they went, but everyone noticed that Fang's belly wasn't that big anymore.